appreciate the Vice President of our Republic, Her Excellency Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang, speaking to us so eloquently through her policy.
Advisor to Her Excellency the Vice President on political affairs and work directly in the office of the Vice President. It is a distinct honor to stand before you today to deliver this address on behalf of Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Her Excellency Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang recently returned from a medical vacation in the United Kingdom, and it was a joyful and uplifting occasion to welcome her back home last week. Her resilience, grace, and steadfast commitment to public service remain a source of deep inspiration to all. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, I bring you warm greetings and express her sincere appreciation to the Africa Energy Technology Center and its dynamic leadership for convening this important gathering here.
Thank you.
It's 20 to 10. It's a good time to call this house to order. I ask that we all please be seated and hold ourselves in readiness. Welcome you warmly, I guess, the corner. Together with a host of other dignitaries, I shall be acknowledging intermittently in the course of today's event. Today's event is in two parts, which is three parts as a matter of fact. The first part on the theme Intra-Africa Gas Trade and its role in regional energy markets. The Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources and Gas of the Republic of Nigeria, would you please make welcome His Excellency Right Honorable Ekwerikpe Eko. In Nigeria, clapping is not a problem, you see. Thank you.
The Vice President of Ghana, hereby represented, other ministers, current and former ministers that are here, the organizers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great day to be here in Accra, Ghana today. It is a distinguished honor to address this esteemed gathering at African Energy Technology Conference here in Accra, a dynamic city that echoes Africa's enduring spirit, its entrepreneurial drive, and its commitment to building a prosperous and interconnected continent. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR, and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The theme of my keynote address today, Intra-African Gas Trade and its role in regional energy markets, is timely and critical. It speaks directly to our shared aspiration for energy security, industrial growth, economic integration, and sustainable development across African continent. Africa is abundantly blessed with natural gas resources. Nigeria alone holds 210 trillion cubic feet of proven gas reserve, with the potential to double that figure with proper investment and exploration. Similarly, several other African countries, from Algeria to Mozambique, from Senegal to Equatorial Guinea, are endowed with vast gas resources. Natural gas is not just a commodity, it is a catalyst. It is a fuel for power generation, a feedstock for fertilizer and petrochemicals, a cleaner cooking alternative, and a driver of industrialization. As Africa navigates the global energy transition, gas remains our bridge fuel, balancing the need for development with environmental stewardship. While Africa is rich in gas, our markets remain fragmented. Much of the gas produced on the continent is exported overseas as LNG or through transcontinental pipelines, bypassing neighboring countries in dire need of energy. This paradox must change. To unleash the true potential of Africa's gas, we must foster intra-African gas trade, trading among ourselves, building markets with our regions, and connecting infrastructure across borders. This is not just a commercial imperative, it is a strategic one. The African Continent Free Trade Area presents us with historic opportunities to reimagine intra-African energy trade. By reducing barriers, harmonizing regulations, and investing in intra-boundary infrastructure, we must make African gas work for African people. Nigeria is fully committed to driving intra-African gas cooperation. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, gas has been declared the transition fuel for Nigeria. And West African Gas Pipelines, WAPI, continues to transport Nigerian gas to Benin Republic, Togo, and Ghana, supporting power generation and industry across the region. The Transatlantic Gas Pipeline, also known as the Nigeria-Morocco Gas Pipeline, is a transformational project spanning over 5,000 kilometers and set to link Nigerian gas reserve to 13 African countries, eventually connecting to Europe via Morocco. This project is not just about the energy supply. It is about economic integration, regional cooperation, and shared prosperity across Africa and beyond. The Trans-Sahara Gas Pipeline, in collaboration with Niger and Algeria, aim to deliver gas from Nigeria through North Africa into Europe, while enabling supply to Saharan countries en route. We have recently signed a bilateral agreement with the Republic of Equatorial Guinea on the Nigeria-Equatorial Guinea Gas Pipeline project, which will serve the development of about 180 kilometers offshore pipeline, transporting Nigerian gas to Punta Europa for processing and export, and eventually for regional trade as well. Nigeria is also pursuing robust domestic infrastructure projects, such as the Ajakuta-Kaduna gas pipeline and the OB3 gas pipeline, which will unlock stranded gas, reduce flaring, and improve connectivity to northern and central Nigeria and beyond. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Africa must move with urgency to build a continental gas ecosystem. To do this, we must, one, invest in infrastructure. Pipelines, LNG hubs, virtual pipelines, and interconnectors are the arteries of gas trade. African countries must collaborate to fund and construct these critical assets. To create harmonized regulations, we must work towards aligned fiscal regimes, standardized metering and pricing, and streamline a cross-border framework to encourage private investment and trade. Leverage regional institutions. Organizations like ECOWAS, the African Union, and the African Energy Commission should actively promote gas diplomacy, project coordination, and knowledge sharing. Empower local participation. Local content development, skills transfer, and intra-African partnership will be key to ensuring that African businesses and citizens benefit from this gas-driven transformation. Let us be clear, Africa's future energy security cannot depend solely on the export of raw gases, raw resources. We must use our gas to generate African power, produce African fertilizer, manufacture African goods, and create African jobs. Intra-African gas trade is not an option, it is a necessity. It holds the promise of energy affordability, economic resilience, and regional integration. It is also a vehicle for peace and cooperation, because when we share energy, we share prosperity. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I urge all stakeholders gathered here today, governments, investors, regulators, and innovators, to commit to a new era of intra-African energy partnership. Nigeria stands ready to work with our brothers and sisters across the continent to turn our gas wealth into shared wealth. Let us seize this moment. Let us build a future where African gas powers African growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. God bless the African continent.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it up for His Excellency Right Honorable Opoku-Agyemang, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and may God bless you also, a very great steward of Africa's natural. Would you please make welcome the Honorable Dr. Samuel Opoku-Agyemang.
I'm not only the former chairman, I'm a policy advisor to Her Excellency the Vice President on political affairs and work directly in the office of the Vice President. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, if we have any here, Honorable Minister for Petroleum from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representative of the Honorable Minister of Energy and Green Transition in Ghana, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a distinct honor to stand before you today to deliver this address on behalf of Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang, recently returned from a medical vacation in the United Kingdom. And it was a joyful and uplifting occasion to welcome her back home last week. Her resilience, grace, and steadfast commitment to public service remain a source of deep inspiration to all. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, I bring you warm greetings and express her sincere appreciation to the Africa Energy Technology Center and its dynamic leadership for convening this important gathering here in Accra. The forum provides an invaluable platform for collaboration reflection, and visioning towards a future that is not only energy secured, but also sustainable and Africa-led. Today's dialogue goes beyond mere technical matters. It is about a vision for an African that no longer stands at the margins of the global energy economy, but leads confidently with innovation, sustainability, and shared purpose. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are at the dawn of a new energy era for Africa. This is a continent awakening. The language of electrons, infrastructure, and interconnectivity now speaks directly to our collective aspirations for prosperity, resilience, and unity. This reminds us of a simple but powerful truth. Africa is not energy poor, but energy rich. We are blessed with abundant sunlight, powerful rivers, strong winds, and beneath our earth lie critical minerals and natural resources. Most importantly, we are rich in human capital, ingenious, entrepreneurial, and resilient. And yet, far too many of our fellow Africans remain in the dark. Power systems remain fragmented. Energy costs remain high. This is not due to the lack of resources, but lack of integration and coordination. On behalf of Her Excellency, I echo her strong conviction that intra-Africa energy trade is not just about infrastructure. It is about opportunity. Every megawatt shared across our borders can light up a classroom, power a health clinic, energize a business, or fuel the dream of a young entrepreneur. That is why Her Excellency, the Vice President, continues to champion regional energy cooperation through frameworks such as the West Africa Power Pool and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. These are not abstract policies. They are instruments of shared progress and regional transformation. Ghana is proud to take its place as a key partner in this effort, investing actively in cross-border energy connections and believing firmly in a future where no African child is left in darkness, and not by accident, but by deliberate choice and solidarity. Her Excellency acknowledges that sustainable energy must begin in our homes, especially in our kitchens, and the government of Ghana remains firmly committed to advancing the clean cooking agenda in alignment with our climate goals and the Paris Agreement. Through initiatives such as the National LPG Promotion Policy and the gas recirculation model, we are creating a safer and healthier cooking environment, particularly for women and children. Through partnership like the World Bank and the KfW supported program for resource and the agreement with South Korea's Climate Change Center to distribute about 500,000 improved cook stoves, we are seeing a tangible improvement in both environmental outcomes and human health. These are the kind of people-centered, climate-smart energy solutions that Her Excellency, the Vice President, continues to prioritize. Distinguished guests, Her Excellency also draws our attention to Ghana's significant potential critical minerals. In Ghana, the Ghana Geological Survey Authority has confirmed the presence of lithium, cobalt, nickel, graphite, and other essential minerals that are central to the global energy transition. These resources power everything from batteries to solar panels to wind turbines and etc. On behalf of the Vice President, I reaffirm government's commitment to developing these resources responsibly through the work of institutions such as the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation and the Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Development Corporation. Ghana is pursuing integrated value chain to ensure that we do not simply export raw materials, but add value, create jobs, and retain wealth on our continent. Excellency, the Vice President believes firmly that Africa's minerals must benefit Africans first, and it is the reason the government is advancing legal and financial reforms that de-risk investment, encourages ethical exploration, and ensure strong local participation. Ghana's ambitions are clear. We are committed to implementing the Renewable Energy Master Plan, which targets 10% of installed electricity capacity from renewables by 2030. This is not just desirable, but necessary and within our reach. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we speak intra-Africa energy trade, we are not just discussing megawatts and infrastructure. We are speaking of sovereignty, integrity, and dignity. We are envisaging an Africa that powers itself, trades with itself, and rises on the strength of its unity in its natural wealth and above all, its people. The future of energy, as Her Excellency often says, will not be dictated by distant boundaries or foreign laboratories. The future of energy is Africa, and that future begins with us here and now together. On behalf of the Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang, I thank you for your attention and look forward to a productive and forward-looking dialogue. Thank you, and God bless Africa. God bless.
I appreciate the Vice President of our Republic, Her Excellency Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang, speaking to us so eloquently through her policy advisor on political affairs, the Honorable Dr. Opoku-Agyemang. Please, one more time, a round of applause. Thank you very much.
President of Ghana, Dr. Opoku-Agyemang, the Minister of Gas, Right Honorable Ekwerikwe Ekpo, and that's my minister, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome, sir. We were in China together last week. It's a pleasure to see you could make it here. You're welcome again. The Secretary General of APO, Dr. Farouk, also a brother. Dr. Farouk is Nigerian, by the way, if you don't know. You're welcome, sir. The Secretary General of AFCFTA, Owakele Nene, represented. Distinguished captains of industry, esteemed policymakers, respected civil society leaders, and honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is both a privilege and a profound honor to address you today at the African Energy Technology Conference 2025. We're gathered here at a defining moment in Africa's energy journey. A moment where the convergence of artificial intelligence, digital transformation, and sustainable energy is no longer a distant aspiration. It is our present reality. The theme of this year's conference, Innovate, Invest, Implement, revolutionized financing for sustainable energy sector growth in Africa, could not be more timely. The AI-powered energy revolution is transforming how we generate, store, distribute, and consume energy. It is a revolution driven by intelligent systems, powered by data, and enabled by technologies such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and advanced analytics. These tools are not just enhancing efficiency, they are redefining what is possible. As the world accelerates towards a digital future, Africa stands at a unique crossroad. We have the opportunity to leapfrog outdated systems and build a digitally native, inclusive, and sustainable energy ecosystem. Yet, we face a paradox. While we are rich in natural resources, over 600 million Africans still lack access to reliable electricity. At the same time, we're experiencing rapid urbanization, a booming youth population, and rising demand for clean, affordable energy. In sub-Saharan Africa, 70% of the population is under the age of 30. This demographic dividend is a powerful opportunity, but only if we empower our youth to realize their full potential. The empowerment begins with rethinking how we manage energy today and for the future. To meet this challenge, we must provide not only access to sustainable, affordable, and reliable energy, but also manage our energy mix with technological intelligence. AI offers us that intelligence. It enables us to analyze vast data sets, predict outcomes, and automate complex systems. In the energy sector, this translates to smarter grids, optimized production, predictive maintenance, and real-time decision-making. For Africa, it means the opportunity to build a resilient, efficient, and inclusive energy future. One that is not only technologically advanced, but also socially equitable. AI is already revolutionizing the broader energy ecosystem. Smart grids powered by AI can balance loads across distributed energy sources, detect faults in real time, and prevent outages. AI enhances renewable energy integration by forecasting solar and wind availability, enabling better storage and distribution in heavy industries. AI-driven automation reduces energy consumption. In homes and buildings, intelligent systems adjust lighting, heating, and cooling based on occupancy and behavior, delivering both comfort and conservation. Revolutionizing our energy mix must go hand in hand with the broader digital transformation of Africa. In 2024, Sub-Saharan Africa faced the trends: high prices, limited infrastructure, and poor rural coverage continue to reinforce the region's deep digital divide, as highlighted in a recent report by the International Telecommunication Union. This divide is even more pronounced when viewed through a gender lens. Sub-Saharan Africa has one of the widest digital gender gaps in the world. According to 2023 GSMA data, women in the region are 37% less likely than men to use mobile internet. This disparity underscores the urgent need for inclusive digital policies, women and underserved communities to participate fully in the digital economy. Digital transformation is set to profoundly reshape Africa's future by unlocking new avenues for economic growth, enhancing public service delivery, and driving innovation across multiple sectors. According to McKinsey, digital economies could contribute up to $180 billion